Mini split air conditioners are the rage. They're going in everywhere. 77% of the world's air conditioning market is done by mini splits. Now the term mini split means the two important components are split apart. Unlike a window air conditioner where everything is in one box, these units will have an indoor unit and an outdoor unit connected by refrigerant piping in between. There's no ductwork at all. These are ductless units. Now they go in, they're quiet, they're efficient, they can heat even on the coldest day, they can cool perfectly. But sooner or later, these units need to be maintained. So I thought I would take a minute to talk about what you or a professional would do to keep these units running optimally. All right, so our first line of defense is to protect the airflow that's going to go through the unit. Now this is something that any homeowner can do and should be done regularly. So most of them will open like this, and that exposes the basic filter right here. Every bit of the air that's in the room has to come in across that filter, be heated or cooled, and then come out through the bottom down here. That means that anything that's in the air can be trapped on these filters. If you look right here, that's how it looks when it's clean. And that's, you can see it's starting to cake up a little bit. You know, you can't make these clean enough. So you vacuum this gently with a brush, and that gets some of the airborne stuff out of it. But the simplest way is to take them into the kitchen sink or outside and give them a spray with the hose. Now, changing the air filters may be all that you really want to get involved with, but there are times that this unit needs a deeper cleaning on these components inside. And it starts with getting this cowl off, and that's often the hardest part of the job because you got to figure out how it was put together. A couple of tips. One is a magnetic screwdriver and a collector point for those screws, because if you drop a screw somewhere, you're screwed. There we go. All right, a little bit of dirt and staining there that we'll clean up. So it's important, before I go any farther, we've turned the power off to this unit so there's no chance of any electrocution. There's a digital readout right here, so it has a couple of electrical connections that need to be broken. There we go. Be careful not to damage those fins. Now there's also a turning vane, and that's the device that controls where the air goes in the room, and they've got little spring clips underneath. And then there's this little motor that drives the vane. Okay, there's one more layer I need to get down to expose everything, and that's these diffusion vanes right here. There's two screws. I've removed them right here, and then I want to peel this back. Now, the first time you remove it, it feels like you're breaking it. Okay. So now I'm going to let this hang right here. Now I can carefully vacuum the coils with a bristle brush. So now we're going to introduce water. And water and electricity don't mix. So we've got the unit powered off at the breaker. We've also covered up the electrical components right here. And water and wallpaper don't mix either. So what they've got is a kit that will be able to protect the walls, and I'll be able to collect all the water down into a bucket. All right, we're set to clean the coils. Now this is a coil cleaner, using it straight, and so it's a little bit caustic, so we're going to protect eyes and lungs. All right, now the blower wheel is up inside here. All right. So now we're going to let that sit and dry out, but there's one more important coil we have to think about cleaning, and that's outside. Now this has a big fan, and this is pushing air across a coil. We're going to have to vacuum carefully and then use a coil cleaner. So we gave it about an hour to dry out these component parts, and we cleaned up the cowl and the louver and everything else. And now the last thing to do is to actually put the filter back in. You know those filters you promise you're going to clean every week, right? You promise. Close it up, power's back on, turn it on. Hey, it works, that's good. Now this is a project you may not have to do tomorrow, but if you've got mini splits someday in the future, you or some professional is going to need to do this. I hope you learned a little bit.
Thanks for watching. This Old House has got a video for just about every home improvement project, so be sure to check out the others. And if you like what you see, click on the subscribe button. Make sure that you get our newest videos right in your feed.